Hey Boris, welcome to the Community Living Golf Tournament. Just want to give you an opportunity here to view your swing at regular speed. We'll then just go ahead and put you back in your address position, and then we'll take a look at a few things for you. So while we got you back here in your setup, let's first of all take a look at your address position. We can see your spine is straight and on a slight tilt. Legs come down in nicely unlocked position. Arms hang down off the tilted spine. The club works out to the ball, so you're achieving really good posture in association with good balance. Next thing we want to observe has to do with your alignment. You can see your feet running in this direction. Theoretically, your club face is supposed to run parallel to your feet. Parallel lines on camera would have an appearance of converging, so you're set up right down the middle of the fairway as well. So that's also fantastic. Let's go ahead and do a little split screen comparison here between you and Brandt Snedeker. Now we've got some color-coded lines up on the screen. They're here just as a visual reference as it pertains to swing plane. We can see with Snedeker as he draws the golf club back, he creates good shoulder rotation, bringing the hands and arms back as well as the club. And the club's coming back on plane directly along the red line. At this point in time, he's going to create some wrist hinge, which is going to allow him to transition the club head from being below his hands to now being above. At this point in time, the club is going to work from red, now up to yellow. And when he finally sets the club at the top of the backswing, left arm is going to be situated on the yellow line with the club, full shoulder rotation, and on a stable right side with the weight on the inside part of his right foot. When we watch you initiate your takeaway, you have a tendency of moving your hands out away from you, which pushes the golf club and the club head outside of the swing plane. So the club is moving a little outside as opposed to on plane. All you have to do is let your hands swing a little bit more inside and around you, and think of the club head being allowed to swing inside and around as well. That club at this point in time should be inside of the ball, not outside of the ball. Okay? So just let the hands, arms, and club swing around you as you initiate your takeaway. As we continue to move back, we want to continue to rotate the shoulders, which you're doing. Create some wrist hinge, which you do. And at that point in time right there, you start to lay the club back. And you're doing that because your subconscious brain knows that the club has to be in this position to have any sort of power at all. Ironically, when you get to the top of the backswing, you actually end up setting your arms shallow. Considering you took the club initially outside, we would have thought you set your arms steep, but you don't. So you're actually in a pretty good position here. You've turned your shoulders, arms are a bit shallow, club's in good position relative to your arms, stable right side. Everything looks pretty solid at this point in time. When we create our transition back in the ball, simply want to move our weight from our right foot to our left, fire our knees and our hips to the target, unwind our core, and fire our hands. And in doing so, we want to make sure we're bringing the club from yellow back down on top of red. And that's exactly what we see here with Brandt Snedeker. The other thing we want to point out is the relationship between the lead forearm and the club. I refer to this as the backwards check mark. It simply means that the club head right now is remaining above and behind his hands. Therefore, he's retaining angle, and he's going to be able to create a lot of power in the golf swing, let alone getting the club to return back to plane, as we already pointed out. And this is ultimately what's going to allow him to hit a straight golf shot in accordance to his alignment. We watch your downswing. Moving your weight, right foot to left foot, knees are kicking in, hands are dropping. So that's a pretty good looking move right there. At this point in time, we can basically look at your lead forearm and your club and say, hey, we have a backwards check mark. Club head is above and behind my hands. So creating power in your golf swing shouldn't be that much of an issue. The only problem right now is that the club head has not fully returned back to plane. And what we're going to do is we're going to track the club heads coming into the golf ball and see how that club comes in. With Brandt Snedeker, he's already on the red line, and that club just continues to track into the golf ball from that red line, from an on-plane position. And again, this is what's going to allow him to hit a straight golf shot in accordance to his alignment, assuming he has a good grip and the club face squares up. With your club head, I got a feeling it's going to be pushed out in front of you a little, and it is. So the club never returns back to the red line. So if we just connect the dots here, if we had a little bit of a higher speed camera, the club head would have fallen on those frames and never fallen back on the red line. Therefore, you're moving into the club a little bit over the top, and the over the top move is going to affect the path, and the path is going to therefore be outside to inside. At this point in time, we can see that you also have not transferred your weight off of your right heel to your left side with your left leg starting to post up. So let's go ahead and take a look at the path of the club. Snedeker's club is inside the ball. It expands out, makes contact, and moves through in a nice natural subtle arc. Again, his left leg is starting to post up and his weight's on his left side. Your club is stuck outside the ball, dropping down and across. You end up hitting the inside heel of the club. So obviously, to get any sort of trajectory, hit the ball up in the air, we have to hit the ball on the face of the club, not the inside low heel. If it did hit the face of the club, the only problem with this kind of out to in path is that if we square the club face up to that path, we would hit the golf ball over in this direction. If we release the club, it would continue further left. If we under-release the club, it would continue further right, and then if we time it perfectly, it'll continue to hopefully find the intended target. So when we swing a golf club from outside to inside, the end result of the shot is dictated based on the club face. If we over-release it, it follows blue. Under-release it, it follows yellow. And time it perfectly, it'll continue to follow red and find the target. As we're coming through, we can see you're still not off your heel yet. You do get off your heel a little bit there, and then you start to spin both feet. So going to be very difficult to keep your balance. When you swing through, you simply want to come off your right heel, get all the weight on the left side, curl the toes of the left foot, and all the weight finishes in the heel of the left foot, and we'll keep our balance. The left foot does not spin. And with the right foot, we simply come up onto the right toe. So right now you got weight on the soles of your right toe. You want to lighten that and get fully up onto the toes of your right foot. And your left heel is off the ground. You want to learn how to swing through, getting the weight into your left heel so you don't fall over. The rest of your body is working well. I mean, you get your hips square to the target, your hands are high, your shoulders fully rotate. So the rest of it is a really good looking finish. Overall, your golf swing has some nice athletic characteristics. I think your hands work well. They come back, they fire. Your core's working well. You coil, you uncoil. You move through to a good finish because you have good, decent footwork, or enough footwork to finish. Need to refine a little bit based on what I just said. And ideally, when we bring the golf club back, seeing that you're setting your arms shallow anyways, you might as well just go ahead and allow your hands, arms, and golf club to move inside and around you to start with, and not really change the top of your backswing. At that point in time, then we would need to look at your downswing, and instead of getting it to come over the top and out in, we got to learn how to bring it into the ball from an on-plane position. That would also help your consistency on getting the ball on the face of the club, aside from the fact that you would hit it further and you would hit it straighter. Okay? Anyways, if at any point in time you'd ever want to work on any of these aspects of your golf swing, feel free to contact me. All my contact information is at the end of the video. I'm over at Glen Abbey in Oakville, and I'd be happy to set up some lessons for you and work on these things. Also, if you're involved with any golf tournaments or sit in the committee for any events and you're looking for a unique gift to provide the participants, certainly feel free to reach out regarding that as well. Anyways, I hope you had a great day. Hope you enjoyed an opportunity to see your swing on video. Hope you have a great summer, and maybe we'll hear from you. Take care.